Hello, I am Amanda Wacker.
Hola, I am Lennice Castro.
Sawadee-ka, I'm Asama Lekpo.
And we are the Triplicates. Welcome to the second season. We're on the last episode of this quarter. We're about to go into winter break. We're 3 first-gen women of color, finishing our... We're not even finishing anything.
Midway.
We're in a third. We're in a quarter in the midst
of our second year.
Year at the University of California, San Diego.
With that, last episode we talked a little bit about how it may feel different when you go through a PhD and you took some time off, whether that be to go to tech or just, live life. And that was super interesting. I know I learned a lot. But this episode,
we also want to continue to do some more reflections, but it's on this past year.
Yes.
Wow.
2021. We're almost done.
Year.
Can you believe it?
No.
What a year it's been.
Yeah. So I suggest we start off by going around the room and doing this rose stem thorn exercise. I think Asama introduced me to this. So do you want to explain a little bit what it is?
So I was an orientation leader. So we're always doing icebreakers. And I think this one is a good one because it's not just like, oh, tell us about something that's really cool about you, because I never know what to say. So a rosebud thorn is better because a rose tells you something that person found to be like really good, or like a small win, or something that's like the highlight of their whatever amount of time that you're asking for. A stem or a bud is something that they're looking forward to. And a thorn is something that maybe didn't go quite as expected or didn't go so well, but here we are now, so maybe we can learn some things from it. And I think it's just a good framework of like, okay, think about, all the aspects of things that happen and not like focusing on just like one thing, because we're all very complex human beings.
All right. A rose for the podcast, and then I'll do a rose for myself. But a rose for the podcast is being a podcast, is like actually doing something, and like we're at it for a year now. I can't believe that. It's like a lot of work.
Yeah.
And like I really appreciate both you guys and also like our social media people who like literally do everything else, because I don't think we would have the capacity to have an online presence without them. So thank you, Dee and Michaela. And then a rose for me, I think, would be like actually getting into a home lab and like feeling really comfortable there. Yeah, so that's my rose.
Wow. I was going to sound the same.
Yeah.
I need some time to think.
Okay.
You go first.
Okay. A rose for me this year, I think, has been... I'll do 2 too. Okay. Also getting into a home lab and kind of just establishing myself. So that's like my science rose. That's very nice. And also, I don't know, last year we'd only been in San Diego when we like first started, not that long. Yeah. So I think I'm also really happy that I've just established myself not only in lab, but in like a new city. And now I have friends to hang out with. And the pod.
Now she's famous.
No. No. So I think that was like a lot to do all in a span of like a year and a half. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I want to copy all your roses and add more roses for myself.
Yeah.
So I feel like this year was a lot of personal growth for me too. Like, I don't want to make it sound like a thorn because it's a rose still, but let's see. I don't know. Similar to Lennice, like moving to a new place and being by yourself-ish is a hard thing to do. And I'm glad that I got to do it here where it's nice. I went to the beach like yesterday,
Nice.
and I have
Nice.
friends who are like,
Yeah.
you know, I genuinely really admire like all of my friends. I think they're super smart and like they come from such different backgrounds and they like care deeply about like making this a better space for like science and for like people. So I'm really glad to have landed where I am now. Another rose is I drive again. Which I think is fun. Because I learned how to drive in high school, and then I went to school in Boston, and then I worked there. So I didn't have to drive because like parking is terrible, and a car is just like not really useful in a city where you can walk or take the T or the bus to places. But now I'm like, yes, I can go grocery shopping by myself. Or go hiking, go to the beach. Yes. Yes, Amanda.
I was like, isn't that a freeing experience to just be like, oh, I can be somewhere and like get there in 10 minutes?
Yeah. It's kind of cool. Except I don't love paying for gas.
Especially in California.
That California gas price.
It's scary.
Yeah. Also, I don't love how people literally drive like 85 on like a 55 highway.
Were people?
Yeah, I was like, that's me.
Yeah. So that's kind of jarring.
Just kidding. For legal reasons, I drive
For legal reasons, it's a joke.
allegedly.
Yeah. So like that, I feel like it was harder to get over that initial fact of everyone goes super fast because I learned to drive in New Hampshire where like there are 3 highways.
Yeah.
So, but I'm glad I did it. I think it's super fun, and that's definitely gonna result in future road trips and
Cute.
things I can do.
Let's road trip to the Bay. Let's do LA first.
That's a large drive.
Yeah, I've done it a couple of times.
Okay, anyways. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So that was Rose. Should I do Bud next or Thorn?
If you're ready.
Yeah. Let's do Bud.
I'm thinking.
Let's do Bud.
Okay, I'll do Bud. Since we started with Amanda, I'll go next because Asama just finished. Okay, Bud. A challenge so I know that I said that I was happy to have joined a lab and established myself, but like there was a process in that establishment.
Yeah.
And that was like definitely a challenge. And I think it's going to be a challenge going on because a PhD is not supposed
that's
to be
the whole thing.
easy. Yeah. So I think that's definitely something that I deal with day to day, organizing myself, being okay when things don't go okay, and just figuring out how to process those things and deal with them and keep going forward. But I'm happy that I can reflect on that and know that in the future I'll be okay and I'm growing. Yeah.
Wait, this is a bud or a thorn?
I think it's a bud.
Like
bud
something you're looking forward to?
Like a challenge, no? Oh, that's a thorn. So I guess we're doing a thorn. I'm so sorry. I have different ones here.
Oh,
I
sorry.
mixed them up.
Did you?
A bud is like something that's like
That you're
coming.
looking forward to, yeah.
It's like a baby rose.
So let's
then
do thorn.
Yeah. And
So
then
I just
end on
did
like a
that.
happy note.
Yeah. Okay. Thorn.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you?
Do you want to go somewhere? Or do you
Oh
want
gosh, I have so
Amanda?
many thorns.
Oh, grad school.
It's okay.
Let's generalize. Well, let's see. What is something that I could share?
Oh.
I guess one big step was, in addition to moving to San Diego all the way from Boston, and then after moving here from Thailand, was I felt homesick a lot.
Yeah.
And it just, like, I didn't realize that it was going to be so, like, all-consuming at times. And it was harder for me to figure out, like, the best thing to do is for me to, you know, like I love doing yoga, going on bike rides, and like doing things that are considered like me time, but still very like rejuvenating. Or should I like try to like spend time with people or do things that are just like chill but involve others? So I would say I took a lot of time to figure that out. And like, I still have friends, so like it's fine, but I went through a lot of like self-doubt and like trying to figure out how to deal with that. But it's okay. We're in therapy. It's fine.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Amanda?
My thorn is very similar. Like I really struggle, and I still do struggle with like being so far from my family.
Yeah.
And like also like not having a partner at all is like kind of weird too, because it's like the people I lean on are my friends, but I don't want to always like I don't know, I feel like I don't want to put so much pressure on you guys to like be the only ones to like give me support, but like that's what friends are for. But yeah, and I miss my mom so much. And then I'm going home for Christmas, which is like good, but like
I'm so happy that you're going home.
I know, me too.
So
it's been so long, and it's just like I don't know. I worry about my mom. You know, she's just out there by herself too. But yeah, so it's just like I think that the biggest thing with me is like the same thing as like okay, adjusting to being like okay, I'm just like across the country now. And there's like nothing I can do about it. But also in therapy. So
Yay!
Woo. Sorry. Anyways.
No, sorry. Therapy is great.
No.
However you get your therapy. No judgment.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay, so those are thorns. And like we said, let's end on a happy note.
Yeah. Something we're looking forward to.
Looking forward to. Asama, I'm sorry that you're going to have to go first, but she went first and I went
I'm going to have to look forward to something. I don't know. It's hard to predict the future. Hello. But I'm looking forward to being done with my second year. This is gonna sound weird, but I'm looking forward to writing my second year exam and like
get it over with.
putting all my data together and like doing the grant writing again.
Yeah.
And I know I'm not doing any right now. That's why I'm like, oh, this could be fun. But I think
I know.
I'm excited to put it all together and see like where it might go next and building my committee and like trying to define like who will I be for the next few years? Like what's my thesis going to look like? What's the writing process? We also talked as a lab about like us grad students mentoring undergrads or like expanding our like responsibilities, practicing how to teach, how to manage projects. So I'm excited for those things. Who's next?
Me next?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say it like that.
No, it's okay. Short term, unlike Asama, me and Amanda have been deep in the not grant writing, but fellowship writing.
Yeah.
So by the time this comes out, I think I'll be almost done, if not already done.
I think this will come out the day after Gilliam's due.
Yeah. So really short term. I'm happy to be done with that, at least for a little while. Although I am grateful for being able to write and doing all these things. But in the more long term, I would be happy to maybe get one of them. And if I don't, find other ways of using the resources that are given to me to help others. Because I think that's really important. And definitely, I wouldn't be here without the people that helped me. So I want to mentor others. Just, if anything, just give myself to like mentorship and others. And
that's so
help
cute.
them. I know.
I'm going to cry.
Don't cry.
Sorry. It's one of those days.
No, just kidding. If you want to cry, you can cry.
I feel coming up. So you'll definitely be doing the service.
Yeah, that's true. And I'll be TAing.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to TAing too.
Yeah.
I might regret saying that.
We'll see
We'll
next
see.
quarter on Triplicates. Stay tuned.
Yeah, the first few weeks were like rough because I'm like,
I think the
what
adjustment.
am I supposed to do?
That first week, I'm gonna just play Eat Go Easy.
Wait, the album will be out by then. Oh man, it's gonna be Adele 24/7 in this house.
Dang.
Okay.
Yes,
Amanda.
I am also looking forward to growing as a PhD student. Our lab is growing and like my project's starting to pick up, and I also will be done with these fellowship stuff, which I think is taking a lot of time away from like me really like putting my foot in like research. But when this is done, like I think I'll just get it, go, run for it. And yeah, I'm also looking forward to like being like, okay, what's the rest of my PhD going to look like? Like really, I told my PI already today, I was like, we need to talk about this. Like I want some like solid ideas that, this is what we're going to be doing.
Someone was telling me about how there's this new organization that's like in its first year and trying to get different groups to come up with like an idea that could turn into like a biotech. And they were like, oh, it's like building a plane as it flies. And I was like, yeah, but that's all of our PhDs. We're all building our own planes and we're in it.
Yeah. Yesterday, I had an existential crisis thinking about that. So that's why it's not my butt.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Did you resolve it?
No. I'll let you know in like 4 years if it's resolved.
Yeah.
No.
There's something brave about that though, because a lot of people literally cannot deal with the unknown or like don't know if they would be able to put together something or have the resources to do that. So I try to look at it from like a positive side of things.
Yeah. We're doing great. Ladies.
I think the important thing is that you believe in yourself.
See?
Oh, no. It's okay. It comes in waves. I do believe in myself.
You did so much, bro. Like I feel like you can do anything, and that's the like. If you just are like, I can do anything. Like whatever life throws at me, like I know I can get over it.
Yeah.
Like we can do this PhD thing. Don't worry about it. You got it.
We're gonna kill it. We
metaphorically.
Oh yeah.
Allegedly.
Legal reasons.
Throwback to the spooky episode.
Oh yeah.
I think we're gonna need to hire a lawyer.
Okay, someone told me more. Never mind.
Oh, okay. All right. We're gonna cut that part out. Anyways. So
yeah, that was like I wanted to do that because I think it's last time we did it, it was nice. I felt like all giddy and happy, and once again, I still feel giddy and happy about it all. But I did have a couple of questions we could go over, just to reflect on the year because a lot's happened in the year.
Oh yeah.
For example, just a little while ago was our year anniversary. Is that wild?
I can't believe we've done this for this long.
I know.
It's very cute.
Yeah, but did you guys think that we'd be doing this for a year long?
Are
you happy we are?
I'm very happy we are. I was a little worried.
Yeah.
Cause like I don't know, it's like one thing to be like I know like if this is a project I want to do, I can like go with it, but like to like not drag, but like, you know what I mean? But to like, to pull like 4 other people into a project and be like, help me with this is like, it's like, I don't know. It's like a lot to just be like, okay, let's do it.
I enjoy the fame. So,
okay.
Yeah,
I'm so
glad. It really
glad.
goes to my head.
I'm so glad this is a ego boost for all of you guys. No, it is nice. Yeah. I think also like, I think we are growing as a podcast too. And I think we are, I don't know, I'm happy about what we're able to offer people and like hearing first year students be like, oh, I listened to that episode. And like, you know, like I think that really makes me so happy.
I feel so cool when the first years came in and I was like, oh yeah, we have a podcast episode about that. You should really go listen to it. It's also nice because then it, like, I don't have to say all the things that I need to say.
Like I already said all
that. Like I said all that on the podcast.
Yeah, like I have like an hour worth of advice that you can listen to. And then if you have questions, hit me up.
Yeah. I think the best part of the podcast is that for the past year, I've been able to listen to Asama go, hey, did you know we have a podcast?
Once again, the second mention in this episode.
You do a great job. You do a great job. You just slide it right in there.
Yeah.
No. No, the best part though is when you say it and they're like, oh yeah, triplicates. I'm like, oh, they know.
Yes.
They know.
Oh yeah. Yes. Amanda, you just had an experience that a friend told you that someone that was not connected to us at all.
Yeah, that was wild. So one of my friends is, I just know this person like through Twitter. We're like Twitter mutuals and we're like, I don't know, we FaceTime and like do stuff like that together.
Astro Ama.
Thank you. Yes. that is that. I think we used to play Among Us together. Is probably how we met on Twitter.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, and then so she is doing her PhD at Princeton. She just got there, and I guess her and somebody else in the program was talking about like podcasts and stuff, and they said that they were listening to Triplicates pod, and I was like, wait, that's like so random. And it's like, I don't know, I like assume it's just like a UCSD, like mostly UCSD people listening to it, because like that's where we're based out of. But like it's really cool to see, and I think I can also I've always wanted to do this, but let me just pull up all of the countries that listen to us while we're reflecting.
There's a
here
big
you go.
spike in listens.
Yeah. Do you want to do one at a time? You can do Lennice,
okay.
me, Asama, and then go back.
Okay, who's
Good.
going?
You
first?
start first.
Me. Okay, so you wouldn't guess it, but the United States,
United Kingdom,
Canada,
Germany,
India,
Thailand,
Taiwan,
Australia,
Mexico,
Brazil,
France,
Philippines,
Switzerland,
Netherlands,
Honduras,
Puerto Rico,
Israel,
Colombia,
Japan,
Turkey,
Hong Kong,
Algeria,
Ireland,
Nigeria,
Vietnam,
New Zealand,
South Africa,
Guatemala,
Poland,
Slovenia,
Argentina,
Denmark,
Sweden,
Norway.
Romania,
Ukraine,
Oh, there's more.
Yeah.
Finland,
South Korea,
Dominican Republic,
Iran.
Malaysia.
Austria.
Isn't that wild?
Isn't that wild to look at that and be like, all these people are just like listening to us chit chat?
Me.
I love you guys, and I love this podcast.
Yeah.
I love doing what we can to give back to people who.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
Oh my god,
Me too. Don't cry because I won't cry.
I love crying.
Me too.
I love
I guess you guys have never. You guys don't look at the analytics.
I do though sometimes, but I think
Oh no, they're actually crying. Lennice is crying.
Lennice telling me not to cry, and she dropped a single tear.
Anyways,
Wow.
I think it's like I have looked at it, but I don't know. It's just
it's kind of jarring to look at it like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we say like it's wild to think that we're here after a year, but it's also like we wouldn't be here if no one listened, if that makes sense. So like thanks.
If we only got like 2 people to listen every episode, that would be sad. But like especially like some of our I think we have like a solid like little listening.
Yeah.
Like our episodes like regularly get a good amount of listens. It's increasing. Tell your friends. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter and all that jazz. Anyways. Oh, that was a nice warm moment. Okay.
Where were we? This random thought came into my head. You know how people are like, that meeting could have been an email. And we could say like, that email could have been a podcast episode. Because it's so much to respond to an email. Like there were several times where I would like spend something like an hour responding to someone's email because they asked about like our program or like all these things that they could be like.
That's true.
Yeah.
Listening.
Honestly, not to be like not to be a celebrity, but to be like, oh, just like listen to our podcast instead of me typing. Yeah. That's okay. All right. Anything you would like to say?
No, I think that's like podcast means that's all. But I mean, we do more than the podcast.
We
I know
do.
we do a lot.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I was thinking this today. Today was the first year. Today was the first day of the first year's second rotation, and I saw her walk into lab, and I was like, "Bro, I was rotating in my home lab right now, a year ago."
In your second one.
Yeah,
Second slot.
and I'm like, wait, I'm not a rotation student anymore. Like it's my home lab, like that lab that I rotated during my second turn.
That's where you stayed.
It's where I stayed. Like it turned into my home, and I feel like I've grown so much as a scientist and as a person, and I think as a friend.
Yeah.
And it's like nice to know that I'm established. This is like going back to what we were talking about in Rosebud Thorn.
Yeah.
But how do you guys feel about that? Like, isn't it crazy to think that we were only 2 rotations in? Barely?
Whose lab was I in? I think I was in the Golden Lab. 2 rotations ago, or
I was
second
in
rotation.
Justin Meyer's lab, and since your building was connected to mine, sometimes when I'm like getting ready to like bike home, I see Amanda just going like out of the building and like all ping everything. Look,
I do be wearing
like, hey girl,
Wait,
that's great.
Yeah.
one time
Oh no.
yeah, so one time I saw my admin and I was like, I hadn't seen her in a while, and I was like, oh my god, RuPaul, you look so pretty. And then she goes, you look pink.
Oh no.
I was like, okay, that's totally fine. It's fine. I was just in like a sweater and some tights. I was like, it's okay. I get it. But dang.
So the key here is she didn't say you're also pretty.
No, she said, you look pink as always. My legacy. Anyways.
So Amanda stayed pink. But something that I just thought of right now is that while she stayed in the pink fits last year and this year, you never probably thought you were going to become a biophysicist in training?
Yo, that is wild. I was talking to Paul about this too today, because we were talking about like, he was like, yeah, like one of the reasons why I was like ready to hire you is you were just so willing to learn, and that was like a non-negotiable for me. And I was kind of just like, yeah, let's do it. I will go bottom up. Stop that, Lennice.
Time to cry.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, it's like I'm in my new field, and I feel like I'm not an expert yet, but I feel like I'm gonna be, and that's totally fine. And yeah, I didn't expect me to be doing this. I thought I'd be doing like cell biology for real, like cells, not like enzymes. I don't even know what I do. I'm not even in a cell. It's not even in vitro.
It's
It's ex vitro. What?
You know what you're doing.
No, I mean like it's not in vitro because it's not in cells. What is ex vitro? I don't. Anyways.
Anywho.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. But yeah, growth.
I also didn't expect to like have to respond to every Uber driver's question with, I study viruses. And they're like, oh, which one? The COVID one? And I'm like, no, not that one. Everyone's doing that one. And then half the times they're like, oh, I do my own virus research. Let me tell you for the next 45 minutes. And I'm like, damn, I should have said something else. Like maybe this is a great time to be a virologist, but
yeah, maybe not.
Maybe I lie a little to protect my my peace and comfort.
Yeah, just be like, oh, I do biology. Period.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happens to you, but you know what? I'll take you to the airport so you don't have to do that with the Uber driver.
The other day we were at a get together and someone asked me what I did, and I was a virologist. And then I was just trying to like shimmy to the music, and they wouldn't let me. I was like, I don't want to talk about work right now.
That's okay.
But it's okay.
You know what you told him? You should have told him.
What?
Listen to our podcast.
You're correct.
Although I think the flip side of that is when people ask like, oh, what do you do? And I said, oh, I studied the flu. And then I say, get your flu shots. And they're like, okay. So I feel like,
you're doing are you a public health ambassador telling people to get their flu shots?
She wears many hats.
I'm basically the public health bae.
Oh, yes. At the public health bae. Love that. Okay. Anything else, Lennice?
Yeah. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, I haven't had like a fit. Oh, well, I was in bump. Sorry. I'm always in fits. Anyway.
She be dripping down.
Fit check.
Hello.
I've been a mentor for bump.
What am I doing?
But like in the lab, I haven't had like an official mentorship position, like loosely just talking to the undergrads and helping them when they need help. But have you guys had to step in a mentorship position now that you are a second year? Yeah? Don't cry.
I just got my first undergrad. It's LT, but like now she's officially like under me, like working under me. Stop it, Lennice. And that's been really interesting because like I had to talk to Paul of like, okay, like how do we organize her time, like what's going to be the best thing for her. Like she's getting ready to go to grad school. I like helped her apply for NSF.
Wait, is this the one who labeled things with like a fish drawing?
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah, I love her. I love her so much.
Fish.
Yeah, because so the structure she was making is called Nemo.
Oh.
So she just did like the fish.
Amazing.
Yeah, so like that's been really interesting also to like reflect on what was important for me like when I was a senior and like what I think really helped me and like what I wish like I would have had from a mentor at that time and like being able to give back has been really nice. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Do you have undergrads?
Yes, in the lab, but they're not being trained by me currently.
Yeah.
Although I would say that being an IA for the fall quarter sort of like sets me up for like thinking about, okay, how to best explain something or like a concept or how to deal with, you know, like how to address misconceptions in a way that's not like intimidating or like still making science approachable and like guiding students to like think about a problem or like sort of go step by step. So I think that's been really helpful and I'm excited to mentor my own person.
I love that.
Someday.
Yeah, same.
I also like that sounds really applicable to things outside of just IAing. Like I wish they would teach us that like first year. Because also like the thing about like talking to people, a lot of what we do is like communicating our science to people that are like in our field but also outside of our field. So the whole thing about like being able to address misconceptions and that kind of thing, I think we would benefit from getting earlier than
So are you asking for more psychom classes in the first year curriculum?
That'd be cool.
or at least as an
Lennice saying this
elective.
because it's her
At
PI.
Matt Doherty.
At Matt Doherty.
Yeah. If you guys have any ideas, I see him every day.
Every day?
Almost.
Nice.
Okay. I see him every Tuesday in the hallway.
And Thursday sometimes.
And Thursday sometimes, yeah.
But yeah, I also like look forward to IAing and mentoring undergrads once upon a time. Not that I want to be. What makes me really sad is that everyone in the lab that like makes the lab is like leaving within the next year, and I'm like, guys,
Good for them.
It's only
good for you, but like, what about me?
What about me?
Little me.
Yeah, my lab does not have that problem.
Yeah, sorry. It's okay.
Yeah, my lab
I'll
also
be the
doesn't have
lab
that yet.
culture.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a mess.
No,
No, it can be if you want.
No, I'm okay.
thrive in chaos.
The lab culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
Mentioning lab culture and just general UCSD culture, we know a lot more people now.
Yeah.
A year ago.
I really feel like we integrate. I think we had so much trouble integrating just because of like COVID and
Yeah.
stuff. And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
even with our own cohort, but I think we found like our friend group in our own cohort and also like knowing people like in the other years. I think we definitely have a lot more, you know, branches to our tree.
Are you saying we're popular?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little.
No, I'm just saying that like we made friends like
Yeah.
outside of just us. And I think it's important. And
Yeah, I feel like a year ago. Well, Asama had a bunch of friends, but
Asama's
little old
popular.
me.
Yeah, same.
I'm shy. It took me a while to like open up to everyone and
Yeah.
like
To
be
everyone?
friends.
Yeah, I don't
Just in general.
Yeah. That's good. I love
now
that
we
for
have
us.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah. I'm happy that the current first years don't have to go through that. I feel like they're all like besties,
Yeah,
and
they're
I'm like,
so
love
cute.
that for you.
They're so cute. I have a class with a lot of them, and they're like, when we have a break, they like go out and like chit chat with each
That's
other,
so
and I'm like,
cute.
okay, I'm just
Wish
gonna...
it could be me.
Yeah.
Me standing outside.
Yeah,
The
it's literally like go outside. And I'm just like, okay, well, gotta go to the bathroom, I guess.
Oh, that's why you go to the bathroom during class.
What?
Like,
Oh, you're
the
not-
class that we have together. Like sometimes you would disappear.
Oh no, I just have to
that's
go
not
to the
because of
bathroom.
Lennice.
It's just like
Okay.
so immediately at lunch. Our class is like 12 to 2, and it's like at that point I
Yeah.
have to go, bro. And then I don't want to wait till like after class because then everyone
Everyone's gonna
goes
be
to
there.
the bathroom. So I wait till like 1:37, and then I'm like, okay, it's like almost time. Anyways,
Wait, okay, side note. I don't know if this has ever happened in your like classes in undergrad, but during the first week, there's usually someone who's like, professor. And they're like, yes.
Oh, man.
You have a question? No, may I go to the bathroom? And then I'm like,
Do people do that?
yes.
Oh, I've never seen that happen.
Just go. Don't tell
I've never
everyone
seen
it's
that
a
happen.
300-person class.
Oh, in the undergrad classes?
undergrad.
Okay. I was like, that did not happen.
But so far, that hasn't happened in my experience here.
Oh.
So I'm really glad that
That
we
would
grew
be
from
wild.
that as a people.
No, I feel bad like when I just get up in the middle, but I'm like, I'll come back and they'll realize what's happening.
yeah.
But I do feel bad just like, okay, gonna dip. Whatever you say the next 3 minutes, I obviously don't care about. Like,
Sometimes.
no, and I don't mean it like that. But you know what I mean? That's like
For
how I
legal
feel like it
reasons.
comes off. Is like, okay, well, I but like,
Yeah.
I just have to go to the bathroom. Stop making 2-hour class slots with no break in between. It's too
Sometimes
long.
I just leave to like go for a walk.
I'm like, I just can't sit anymore,
Because
bro.
I just
Me
like
in high school.
can't.
it's too long. Down
then
with
come
2-hour
back.
classes,
Well,
bro.
I think the transition from like all Zoom classes to
Oh,
like
yeah.
fully in person makes it hard because you're like,
It is rough.
okay,
No
I can't
snacks.
stretch my legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like turning off my camera, getting up, starfishing on my bed, coming back and being like, okay.
That was
ready.
great. That was a good 2-minute nap. Or
Dang.
not.
Yeah.
Rip Zoom classes.
Yeah. No, yeah, rip Zoom classes.
Loki, I loved them.
You liked it? I did not.
I wish. Well, the thing is now I have to come on campus, which I love coming on campus to see my friends. But I don't love coming on campus to like just sit in a room for 2 hours when I could have just sat at the Salk
Yeah.
for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Anyways. Okay.
Well-
One last thing and then break.
yeah. Should we? Okay, so we reflected, but like we have a lot to go on this PhD thing. So should we maybe look forward and just be like, where do you think we'll be in a year from now? Or do you have any goals you want to share?
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay,
Do you
go.
have some? Okay.
No, you can
okay.
go first. You're ready.
I think, okay, we're manifesting right now is what this is. Okay, manifesting, I'm going to get at least one of my fellowships to if the world intends. And I will either be about to do I think I would have to advance to candidacy very soon. If I get the fellowship that I want to get. So I'll be ready for that. And I'll have a committee. And even right now, I'm starting to have like a little group of like my little constellation of mentors.
Constellation, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that is going to be where I'm at. I have like a solid support group to like get through the PhD.
Love
Manifesting.
Nice. Asama?
No, you.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Okay.
How you going to ask things you don't have an answer? You love these.
Okay. I would like to. Right now, I'm like I would want to be a year from now a little bit more established in the project I'm on, or a different one if I have to switch like gears, which is fine. I would just like to kind of be, I guess, grow as a scientist and know what's the next part without having to do like week by week being like, what's going to go on? Which is, it's going to be like that all the time. But I think with more reading and just like getting to know my project better, I'll have a better handle on my science, which I think a lot of the people in the lab do already. Anyways, and yeah, having a fellowship would be nice. But I'm
would
going to
be
go
nice.
ahead and knock on wood because
Well, no,
that's
it's a
scary.
manifestation, bro.
I know,
We're
but still.
Is it a full moon? What? Let me check. Let me check the little calendar out here.
What are we checking?
The calendar, the moon phase. Oh, it's about to be a new moon. That's okay. New moons is for like new things.
New things.
New eras. Entering our fellowship era. Entering
Yes.
our good vibes era. I forget all the words now. I'm so sorry. All right. Asama.
What kind of vibes are we in right now?
GBO, good vibes only.
And I also want to have like an undergrad under my wing, preferably.
Cute, yeah.
Oh, we love that.
Asama?
Well, I already said in the last set of questions that I'm excited to build my committee and do all those things. So in addition to that, if you recall, I'm also interested in the entrepreneurial side of science and maybe getting involved with different idea generator or like the people that work in between. Here's a really cool idea from an academic lab to like people with the money or people with lab space or people who are willing to put together a team that can really bring that idea to the next stage. So right now I'm starting to get involved with accelerator or like student run groups like that. I also would like to take the mini MBA program through our School of Business. And this time next year, I'll let you know how that goes.
You're doing a lot, girl.
Thanks, but I haven't done them yet. They're just like on my calendar.
That's good. That's good. Step one.
I'm excited.
MBA. Anyways,
You could get one.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So thank you for joining us in our reflection and looking forward to what's coming in the next couple years.
Yeah, so let's take a quick break here and hear from our sponsor before we close out the show.
Sated Factory is a Black-owned skincare brand that prides itself in providing natural, homemade products.
If you're a skincare buff and love to have the taste of luxury at home on a university budget, these products suit those needs.
They have 3 scented exfoliating scrubs that are catered to help different skin concerns.
As you head into another school year, having a scrub that not only nourishes your body but helps you relax after a long day is a must.
And you can use code TriplicatesPod10, all caps, for 10% off your order.
And that's at satedfactory.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Before we say goodbye, just wanted to insert a lighthearted question.
We cried already.
What is your favorite holiday movie that people should watch this break?
Should we do it at the same time? Because we
Oh, gosh.
But what if we use the like
I
different
don't
wording?
know what my favorite one is.
start with the B word.
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Barbie and the Nutcracker.
Oh, my God. That's adorable.
Lennice.
I don't know if I have a favorite.
Once again, how are you gonna set? You wrote.
I
these
like
questions.
all the ABC holiday. Like I am a fiend for holiday movies.
I
Like
love
I will
them, yeah.
watch them
Yeah.
in July.
Okay, let's do it. then.
So anything, literally anything.
Let's do
I
it
like
then.
them all.
Okay.
I must say.
So,
That's fair.
The
Okay.
mistletones is a good one. I know it's very random, but that one's cute.
okay.
Anyways,
All right. You want to round out the show?
no,
No?
you can round out the show.
What? Oh, me. Yeah. I meant you as in us. Let's round out the show.
Oh, yeah, let's round out the
Let's
show.
do some observations, run some stats in our data. Sam, would you like to tell us the question of the week?
Yeah, so the question of the week is how many PhD students in our study is excited for winter break?
Me.
Me. All right.
Love that.
means
That was easy.
Yes.
100% of the
Significant.
PhD students in our study are ready for a little break.
Yay!
A little chill time. Asama.
Sama?
Sorry.
Yeah, and as always, if there's any topic you would like to hear from us or if you have any recommendations, please let us know.
And you can let us know by finding us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TriplicatesPod. And you can email us at triplicatespod@gmail.com. If you'd like us, support us on patreon.com/triplicatespodcast. No, triplicatespod. I've been doing this for a year. I should know this.
cast?
I was going to say cast.
Oh, Triplicates podcast.
yeah.
No,
but
it's just
no,
Triplicates
it's
pod.
patreon.com/triplicatespod.
Yes.
Yeah.
And with that,
Obrigada y ciao.
gracias y adios.
Kapun ka. Bye.